So, I don't know. I've never done this officially. Started a YouTube channel or recorded something. I don't know if I look at this camera, if I look at myself. I probably should look this way. Okay, whatever. I'm not a professional. So, I don't really know what the purpose of this is yet. I've fallen off the wagon. The fitness, health, worrying about your organs wagon. So I'm doing this to kind of keep myself accountable, number one. And maybe just make people laugh. I don't really think I'm equipped to motivate people or encourage others. I might be able to encourage you if you ask me to encourage you. I'll send you some encouraging words. But, yeah, this is really just for myself. So if I do this, or if I post it, then I have to follow up. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use my iPhone. So quality probably isn't going to be the best. But, yeah. So, I guess stay tuned. Hey, baby. Hi. I feel like this angle is different. This is weird. I feel awkward on camera. Anyways, so my weight is up. So that's fun. But I have a meet in like 7-8 weeks. So my goal is to maintain my strength, maybe boost it a little bit. I've been out for like consistently for a little bit because of this shoulder. It's feeling a little better, if you're curious, but not 100% yet. So we're taking it slow. Not hitting super heavy numbers just yet. Might give it a couple more weeks when I can get back to being consistent. Right now I'm probably only lifting 3 times a week because of a new job. So, yeah. I say a lot, so this is probably going to be the channel. What are you doing? Maybe I should start writing like a script. Can you hear that? Okay, anyways, so fitness, whole pizza in my mouth, fitness. Meet February 28th. Goal is to just make weight. Currently, I'm in the 71 class. I'm supposed to be, and I'm almost weighing in the 76 class. So the goal is to not drop a lot of weight super quickly, just be healthy, make correct food choices, eat for my muscles and for my strength, not entirely worry about the scale just because I kind of obsess over it. So yeah, so the goal is to make this weekly maybe and just kind of give an update on how I'm doing. It is 5 o'clock, maybe a little after. Good morning. Oh yeah. Yep. Flawless. So I'm gonna weigh myself and then get ready for work.
And per pound.
Mm-hmm.
It mixes with anything. You can just mix it with water. It's unflavored. It probably won't taste that good, but the water would still taste like water. Add it to your pre-workout, add it to your protein. It's actually an ingredient that's found in most pre-workouts, but most pre-workouts don't actually have a high enough dose of it for it to make a tremendous difference.
Okay.
So let me talk about the dose. dose of creatine, there are different kinds of creatine. Creatine monohydrate might be one of the most popular, and proper dose of that, depending on your body size, on average can be about 5 grams.
Mm-hmm.
The kicker about creatine monohydrate is it's one of the most researched and actually scientifically proven supplements to enhance performance.
Okay.
That means basically that it works. It does what it's supposed to do. How it works is your body, whenever going through bouts of exercise or strenuous activity, in short bursts, basically if you're lifting or if you're sprinting or you're doing something that requires your muscles to do a lot of work in a short amount of time, that's anaerobic activity, meaning without oxygen. So then your body, after that 10 seconds, or during really, it goes through, you might know or have heard about the ATP cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So ATP is the form of broken down glucose. Glucose is sugar that your cells use as energy. It's like gas for your car. Your car's burning gas, and the fuel system keeps the gas going. So you have ATP. Now, where creatine comes in is when creatine in your muscles start getting used. Creatine actually gives helps your body. It gives. I'm getting my words mixed up here, but it basically adds a phosphate. Let me explain. So in the creatine cycle, or not the creatine, yeah. Okay, hold up, my bad. The creatine, the ATP cycle, whenever your body burns ATP,
Mm-hmm.
after it burns it, it doesn't just go away. You have a byproduct. The byproduct is called, it goes from ATP to ADP. So that's adenosine triphosphate to adenosine diphosphate. Now, where creatine comes in is, imagine you have this cycle going on of ATP, ADP, ATP goes to ADP, ATP. Then you have creatine over here. Creatine gives that adenosine diphosphate an extra phosphate, so then it turns it back into adenosine triphosphate, which is useful. ADP isn't useful, ATP is useful, so you get more energy.
Got it.
Creatine, okay, so we have creatine, give it a phosphate. It gives them more phosphate, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then it reuses the ATP that was just used, so you have more energy to use. Now, eventually it runs out, obviously. It's not like creatine is an endless store of energy.
Okay.
Then your body will use glucose from, your blood glucose. Then it uses glycogen. Glycogen's a huge form of energy that it can break down into glucose and carbs and all that. So, but it helps in that short term at first. Before your body goes into glycolysis, it goes through the ATP creatine cycle. That's why if you supplement more creatine, you can stay in the ATP creatine cycle, or creatine phosphate cycle, whatever I don't know I'm not majoring in this, I don't know. Before you go into glycolysis. So then if you can buffer that, then you have more energy in the long run. So when your workouts get better, if you last longer, you do better, you lift more reps, or do more weight, lift more reps, because you have more energy, then your numbers go up, your recovery goes up. And one last thing, I mentioned earlier how it can increase your protein synthesis uptake. That's because it naturally raises your IGF-1 levels, insulin-like growth hormone factor. I don't know how that works, but when your IGF-1 goes up, your protein synthesis uptake goes up. So when your body utilizes more protein, if you consume 150 grams of protein a day, then chances are your body may or may not use every single gram of protein you consume. So after you work out, and even during the day, your body's going through protein synthesis. It's utilizing the protein you consume in your body to basically make more muscle tissue.
Okay.
So that's through protein synthesis uptake, is using the protein and the amino acids that you consume through your food to grow more muscle.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So I think this is going to be a snippet, maybe weekly. We're going to call it Sundays with David. So that's our Sunday fact, the importance of creatine.
Creatine's good for you. Even if you don't lift, there are a lot of other health benefits I've heard of, but I don't really know. Maybe try it.
So that's something you can look into. If you don't lift, but this intrigued you, you can Google how creatine is good for you, even though you're not lifting weights.
Another thing is if you use creatine monohydrate, it's called monohydrate because it uses water to absorb into your muscles. So it would be beneficial to drink more water, or basically if you drink an adequate amount of water, you'll be okay. Most people don't drink an adequate amount of water.
I don't.
So drink enough water and you will be okay.
Yeah, exactly. So we're at the gym. It's Sunday. We're going to go lift. Thank you, David. Yeah, got that.
You're welcome.
What are you, a snatch spotter or something? What's going on?
Just kick it out of the way.
There you go. Alright. Stabilize. Control. That's
Really understand.
still here.
All right, you're good.
Tight, abs tight. Keep reaching through your shoulder and your elbow. There you go.
Is that going too fast? This is his. Oh.